Andrew hated gym class. He wasn't good at sports. Every time he tried to throw a ball, it went in the wrong direction. When he ran, he felt clumsy and slow. The other kids would laugh and call him names. It made him feel small and alone. Lunchtime wasn't any better. Andrew would sit by himself on a bench under a big oak tree, away from the other kids. He would eat his sandwich and watch the others play. Sometimes he wished he could be out there with them, laughing and having fun. But mostly he just felt invisible, like he didn't matter, like he was just a shadow in the background of everyone else's life. He longed for a friend, someone who would see him, really see him, and accept him for who he was. Every day, Andrew went home feeling sad and defeated. He would retreat to his room, where he felt safe and invisible, surrounded by his books and his thoughts. He would lose himself in stories of bravery and adventure, dreaming of a day when he too could be the hero. The softball game was a disaster. Andrew had been dreading it all week. He knew he would be terrible, and he was right. When it was his turn to bat, he swung and missed 3 times in a row. The other kids groaned. Then it happened. The ball came soaring towards him, a white blur against the blue sky. He closed his eyes and put his glove up, hoping for a miracle. But the ball bounced off his glove and rolled away. He had dropped the catch. The laughter was immediate and cruel. "Nice try, Butterfingers," someone yelled. Andrew felt his face burning with shame. He couldn't take it anymore. He ran. He ran off the field, away from the laughter, away from the game, away from everything. He didn't stop running until he reached the edge of town, where the houses gave way to fields and forests. He collapsed under a tree, his chest heaving, tears streaming down his face. He wanted to disappear. That's when he saw it. A strange light in the sky, like a falling star. But it wasn't a star. It was something else. Something big. Something that crashed into the woods nearby with a deafening roar. Curiosity, stronger than his fear, drew him towards the crash site. He had to see what it was. He had to know. The crash site was a scene of chaos. Trees were on fire, smoke billowed into the sky, and strange metallic debris was scattered everywhere. In the center of it all lay a large disc-shaped object. It was like nothing Andrew had ever seen before. As he approached cautiously, a hatch opened in the side of the object and a figure emerged. It was tall and slender, with smooth silver skin and large black eyes. It wore a simple silver jumpsuit, and its hands ended in long, delicate fingers. Andrew froze, his heart pounding in his chest. Was it a monster? An alien? He didn't know what to think. The figure approached him slowly, its movements fluid and graceful. "Please do not be afraid," the figure said. Its voice was soft and melodic, like the chime of a wind chime. "My name is Zira. I mean you no harm." Andrew, still speechless, could only manage a small nod. He stared at Zira, his mind racing. He had so many questions. Where did she come from? What was she doing here? Was she dangerous? Zira smiled, a warm, reassuring expression. "I come in peace," she said, "but I am in need of your help." Gap 2S. Under Zira's mentorship, Andrew's life transformed dramatically. No longer the lonely boy on the bench, he became someone entirely new. Zira shared her vast knowledge, teaching him techniques to enhance his athletic abilities and improve his mental acuity. Andrew found himself excelling in sports, his once clumsy movements now graceful and precise. Gap 2S. As days turned into weeks, Andrew's confidence grew. He became more outgoing, making new friends, and even becoming quite popular at school. His grades improved as well thanks to Zira's advanced learning techniques. She taught him how to focus, how to think critically, and how to solve problems quickly and efficiently. Gap 2S. One evening, after a particularly intense training session, Zira approached Andrew with a serious expression. "Andrew, I need your help," she said, her melodic voice tinged with urgency. "The forces that threaten my home planet are growing stronger. I cannot face them alone." Gap 2S. Andrew, now confident and brave, looked into Zira's large black eyes and nodded. "I'll help you, Zira. Together, we can save your planet." Gap 2S. Zira smiled, a mixture of relief and hope in her expression. "Thank you, Andrew. With your help, we might just have a chance." Gap 2S. They spent the next few days preparing for their mission. Zira taught Andrew how to use advanced technology from her world, including weapons and communication devices. She also shared strategies and tactics that would be crucial in their fight. Gap 2S. Andrew felt a sense of purpose he had never known before. He was no longer just a kid, he was a warrior, ready to stand by Zira's side and fight for her planet's survival. Gap 2S. As they stood together, looking up at the stars, Andrew knew that his life had changed forever. He was ready for the challenges ahead, ready to face the unknown, and ready to be a hero. Gap 2S. Little did he know, this was just the beginning of an adventure that would test his limits and change the fate of two worlds. Gap 2S. And so, with determination in their hearts, they prepared to embark on a mission that would take them beyond the stars and into the heart of a cosmic battle. Gap 2S. The real journey was about to begin. Gap 2S. As Andrew and Zira continued their preparations, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber within Zira's ship. The walls of the chamber were adorned with ancient symbols and holographic displays. In the center stood a pedestal with a glowing orb. Gap 2S. Zira's eyes widened as she approached the pedestal. "This is the AA connection," she explained, her voice filled with reverence. "It's a powerful artifact from my home planet, capable of unlocking untapped potential within individuals." Gap 2S. Andrew looked at the orb, mesmerized by its glow. "What does it do?" he asked, curiosity evident in his voice. Gap 2S. "The AA connection enhances the abilities of those who are worthy," Zira explained. "It can amplify your strengths, sharpen your mind, and even grant you new skills. But it requires a bond of trust and unity." Gap 2S. Zira placed her hand on the orb, and it began to glow brighter. "Andrew, you have shown great courage and determination. I believe you are worthy of this power." Gap 2S. Andrew hesitated for a moment, then placed his hand on the orb as well. A surge of energy flowed through him, and he felt a newfound strength and clarity. Gap 2S. "I feel different," Andrew said, his voice filled with wonder. Gap 2S. "You are now connected to the AA," Zira said, smiling. "Together we can face the challenges ahead with even greater strength." Gap 2S. As they left the chamber, Andrew felt a deep sense of unity with Zira. They were no longer just allies. They were a team, bound by a shared purpose and a powerful connection. Gap 2S. With the AA connection, they were ready to take on whatever dangers awaited them in their mission to save Zira's planet. Gap 2S. The journey ahead would be perilous, but with their newfound bond and enhanced abilities, they stood a fighting chance. Gap 2S. Together, they would face the unknown, ready to change the fate of two worlds. Gap 2S. And so, with renewed determination, they prepared to embark on the next chapter of their incredible adventure.